I'm such a dork. Good morning, it's Hannah. Hannah's Flowers. We're gonna make a semi-stylized fall piece for one of our customers' buffets today, or island, if you want to call it that, maybe. And our customer is a regular customer, and she tends to really like things that are bold and bright. Flowers help her feel uplifted, like they do all of us, and she likes to have them in her home and changes them out almost weekly. So she likes bright colors. So I'm going to go ahead with this kind of modern dish. It's plastic, and it has oasis in here. And we're going to use some pit, some variegated pit for her. It gives it a nice type of, nice texture. Today we're going to be making her arrangement pretty textured. Let me see if I can tilt you down just a little bit. I got a fancy setup. You're on a block of oasis next to a coffee can, so it's kind of crooked, but hey, that's the setup that I have right now. So we'll do our best with that. I'll take photos of the finished product though, and we'll post those later just so you can kind of see how it turns out. So the first thing I'm going to do is start setting my lines with the pit. And I already know that I'm going to do something that's going to, I don't want too big of a shape to it. I just kind of want it to be clean and more concentrated on the flowers than the greenery. I have a lot of texturally exciting pieces to add. So I'm not going to add a lot of greenery to the foam because I want to be sure where I'm placing some of these pieces before I green it in too much. So these are Pincushion Protea, and they're yellow. They're beautiful, and they go really nicely with this orange. So I have 2 of those for this arrangement, and I want them to be front and center for her because they're going to be the long-lasting part of her arrangement, and I want them to be in the middle so that when she goes to pick things out that are not lasting as long, these will be still in a very good structural placement. That was kind of flower nerdy, but you know what? As a florist, it's important to think about longevity and how our floral arrangements are going to age with our clients. So I am going to take Buplorum, which is, it's kind of a nice springy green. See that yellow and green? It goes really well with the pops of yellow and orange over here. So because these are not really long lasting, I'm going to put them kind of flaring out, and it's hard to see here in our arrangement, but they're kind of flaring out on the edges. I'll pick it up, see if I can back it up a little bit. So what we have is the longer lasting stuff kind of concentrated towards the middle, and then the stuff that she's going to pick out that's not going to last but a couple days and throw away, those things are coming out further. So now that I have a good line set up, I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of my greenery in. Again, I don't tend to like flower arrangements that are over-greened. I see a lot of times things that have a lot of Baker fern and stuff packed in, and it's hard for the flowers to breathe in that space, and it just looks cluttered, and I don't like that. So I tend to kind of green as I go when I arrange. I'll put just enough in to get to that next level. Right, like we set the line, and then I added some of those wispy things, and now I added the focal pieces. I'm going to go ahead and add some more green. So you can see that the oasis is starting to disappear, but it's still very much present. And that's so we can see. Now, all right, we have Pincushion Protea, and then I like these. These are like a lime green Fuji. And I just think that they're gorgeous. And I know that she's going to love them too. So we're going to put these right in here because these are also pretty long lasting. And I know that she's likely to put it in her kitchen. And that's one of the benefits of knowing your clients. And if you don't know them, asking them where they're going to be placing it. Because I know that her family is going to be moving around this piece and seeing it from all angles. I want to make sure that it's beautiful from every angle. Sending her something that was just one-sided wouldn't be as good. So this is almost like succulent type. It feels waxy. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's kind of like the bristles of a brush. This is kind of like that, not as much so. And so we're going to put some of the Solidago in. If you can see how fluffy that is. That is a really nice contrast to all of this waxy, pointy stuff. And I'm going to work this throughout, and instead of using the big chunk of it, I'm going to just kind of take each little break apart at the bottom here of the flower. And I'm just going to kind of work those in and use this to kind of cover up some of the oasis. So I'm kind of greening in with my filler. And when I get to this nice little point that's left, I don't want to take that apart. So I'm just going to kind of make that a little bit higher. So, all right. Now I want to think about what is going to go right in here. It's easy to add stuff to the ends and make it flary, but we got to think about the concentrated middle here first a little bit more. I'm going to add Tiffany roses, which are peach, and they have a pastel quality to them in some sense, but they're also very hot in others. See? So they're a really nice color bridge between these colors here and some of the fall colors that aren't as hot looking. Okay. I have hot pink carnations, also very long lasting, that I want to put in here too. These will be sure to give her a little jolt of summer. We're making an all-season arrangement, I think. All right. And so now we got our middle pretty much decided. I'm going to put some wax flower in. I'm not sure if you can see it. Oh, kind of. Shake. Have some more coffee, Hannah. Anyway, I'll take a photo of it. It's called wax flower, and it's dyed this time of year to be more festive. And it has some shape to it. So we're going to put some pieces in low, and then we're going to let other pieces kind of come up and flare up. And the one nice thing about, well, there's lots of nice things about wax flower, but one really great thing about wax flower is the smell. So you can just kind of poke it like this or pinch it like this, and it releases smells. A smell that's kind of citrusy. And the clients of ours that know this really love it because it gives them that little extra scent in their homes that they're looking for this time of year. It's only November 7th and it snowed twice already this year. And this morning it was completely ridiculous. I shouldn't complain because I live in Michigan, and everybody's like, well, duh, you live in Michigan. Of course it's going to snow, Hannah. You should be prepared for that. Why are you complaining? I'm like, get a life. It's only November. I'm just like everybody else. I want a little bit of fall, you know. I lived in California, and bless you if you live in California, but I hated it. Absolutely hated California. It was so sunny and bright all the time. I sound terrible. I'm sunshiny, but dang, I like my Christmas to look like Christmas. And it was just really a very hard transition for me. So when I came back to Michigan, I was pretty happy about, you know, having all the seasons and everything. And I tell you what, though, this year, like, there is no fall in Michigan. It's just straight up, bam, wintertime. So I'm not sure how I'm feeling about that, because that means that we're going to have 6 months winter. I'm adding purple carnations just because they're pretty too. And let's see. I have these Alstroemeria, but I'm not sure how I feel about them right now. So I'm going to set them aside. These are fun though. These are called Viking Pomps, and they're of the mum family. They look kind of like little sunflowers. So I'm going to add those in. And our little arrangement is starting to look so pretty. It's got texture, it's got movement, it's got volume, interest. I just love it. I love our clients so much. You know, I've worked in a lot of flower shops over the past, I don't know, what, 25 years or something like that. A crazy number. But, you know, and I've loved every one of them. Honestly, I have. Even, you know, through whatever has happened or didn't happen, I absolutely love every place I've ever worked. And I have just a place in my heart for every one of them. And some of them were kind of country. Some of them were a little more modern. Some, you know, there was all different types of flares and feelings and looks in these shops, which has given me like an ability to design just in about any different type of way you can dream up. And some that you can't. But working for myself has been so good for me because I'm able to give clients the look and the true care that I feel like they deserve. And that I maybe, not that the other shops didn't love their clients, because they very much did and do. But I get to care for them in a way that I can take, if I want to take 20 minutes to make an arrangement, I can take 20 minutes to make an arrangement, you know. I've worked in shops where I've had 8 minutes to make arrangements, and that was fine. It made me a really fast designer, and I use those skills all the time. But today, you know what? I'm not in that same mind frame. I like being able to take time with each arrangement and make decisions in a way that's relaxed and thoughtful. Like, I know that this arrangement means a lot to this client, and I know how much it adds to her world. And for me to be able to sit here and take, what is it? I spent 13 minutes on this arrangement, and make the decisions to make it this texturally interesting and colorful. It's just a blessing. I mean, I bless them with beautiful flowers, but it's also a blessing to me to be able to take this kind of time and make pieces that I feel this connected to, and I feel represent who I am. So I think we're nearing about the end. So now I'm going to add some of the flares to it, or the lines that come out. Some arrangements I add the big lines first, like the big crescents, or what is called the Hager's curve if you're a floral design junkie like me. You know all the special names for all the curves and lines. But this arrangement, I already knew I wanted it to flare out. And how? I guess that's one of the perks to being in the business for so long. You know, you can start the lines anywhere and know how to get them. So we're gonna just kind of flare things out and pull it out a little bit. I had sunflowers, but I don't know that I feel like adding sunflowers to this. I think it's pretty without them. So I think we're going to just save those for another time. I think we'll add a couple orange carnation lines. just to give it a little bit more interest. And I don't want this all to be too big, but anyway, I'm going to finish this up and then I'll take a photo of it and post it for later so I can show you what the finished piece looked like. Thanks for hanging with me and listening to me ramble. Have a great day, and hopefully it's sunny and warm wherever you are. And if it isn't, I hope that your boots are warm and your hats are cute.